doing a special Oscars 95th Academy Awards episode, post Oscars episode with Johnny Duarte. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing amazing.
What are you eating,
Sorry, I had a
Johnny?
cookie. I got a cookie. That's all.
Oh, that sounds
It's not
good, actually.
ramen. It's not. It's not ramen. It's not soup. It's a
Okay.
fucking cookie.
I'll allow it for the bonus episode. All
How
right.
how sweet of you.
What did you think of the show overall?
Honestly, I I think I was surprised how kind of clean it was, but I had a huge problem with the sound problem. The sound of it. Mm.
Elaborate.
Okay, like there are some sound problems listening to the show.
Ah, okay.
Like
You
it just
mean like production wise, as far as the show went.
yes,
Okay.
there's certain points where you just hear like the room tone was just loud,
Gotcha.
like louder than it sounded like I was watching Skinamarink because because the sound was so
Yeah.
the room tone was so
Yeah.
like cranked up and loud and annoying.
Yeah. Maybe it
But
was an
they fixed
inspiration this year.
yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, nothing more inspirational than fucking Skinamarink. Looking in the corners of your walls and fucking looking at couches and furnitures and your feet on the floor. Yeah, inspiration to the Oscars.
I
Can
haven't
you tell
seen
I
the
didn't like
movie.
Skinamarink?
Yeah, I can
Oh,
tell.
yeah, spoiler. There's a lot of walls that you get to see for an hour and 40 minutes. Scary, scary shit right there. But we're not talking about Skinamarink, kids. We're talking about the 95th annual of the
We're
Academy
talking about
Awards.
quality films, man.
Actual budgets.
I didn't pay attention to much of the show. It was, but from what I did, from when
There's no slaps.
there was no, yeah, it was like you said, it was tame. I actually like the design of like the theme. It was like an Art Deco theme. I was
I
like,
did
oh, that looks
too.
cool, yeah. And then they had the marquee with the winners on it. That
Like
was awesome
that's what I
too.
want.
Yeah, that was an awesome. I think the stage looked amazing. The musical numbers are great. The show ran a
Oh,
little long. They actually brought back all the categories. They
that was
televised them
nice.
all. That was cool. But yeah, overall, the show was actually not bad.
Honestly, but I gotta say, back to the musical numbers really quick. So I noticed. I feel like they were basically just kind of like throwing the boring songs towards the beginning. Then they pick it up with Not To Not To. Then the Lady Gaga song was kind of powerful, way more powerful than I remember listening to the song, especially her introduction to it. And then the Rihanna song, I have no recollection of that of the lyrics to that song.
What was the movie again? Was that?
It's Wakanda Forever. It's
Oh, okay.
Rihanna's Lift Me
Yeah.
Up, which I thought was a Dave Matthews Band song,
I
but they just have
haven't
the
seen
same
that
titles.
yet. I
I haven't seen it either because a 2 hour and 40-minute film is not in my cards.
Ooh, I didn't know it was that long. Damn.
It's no, all superhero films have to be fucking over 2 hours long. I think we had this conversation before.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
But
they don't need to be.
but but the other songs were not memorable. Like the applause song, I have no idea
No
what that
idea.
song was about.
Yeah.
It kind of put me to sleep. It was just kind of generic and boring.
Oh, yeah. It was kind of like a bad start, really. I mean, no offense, but
Yeah,
the just
no.
the tone, you know?
And then the song from Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm a fan. I love David Byrne,
Yeah.
but I think the song was not good either.
Yeah, I agree.
But Not To though, we already know. Or I'm sorry. Oh wait, you haven't seen it yet.
I
God
haven't
damn
seen
it,
it.
man.
No. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but
God damn it, JCM.
JCM. Yeah, that's me. But that production was pretty cool.
Oh, it was incredible.
Yeah.
I like
I
the way
like
they executed because it's like, okay, now we're talking like there is no fucking way any of those songs can compare to that song. Because that song actually makes you want to dance, doesn't matter what time of the day, it makes you want to fucking dance. All those songs make you depressed or put you to sleep.
Oh yeah, not a good,
Think about it.
yeah. You're trying to stay awake while you're watching the show, and not
Exactly.
to. It gets to it, It wakes you up.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You
and
don't need coffee.
yeah, you don't. Yeah, you just need not to. And of course, as expected, it won. It won its Oscar for best original song.
Again, not a surprise, but I'm glad.
Yes,
It
very glad.
deserved it.
I haven't seen it, but just based on that number alone. Okay, we can get to some
Well,
of the categories. Yeah, go ahead.
they're playing it at they're playing at the Chinese Theater IMAX this Wednesday at the time of this recording.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. Uh,
Yeah, you
it's
should
just
go.
we'll see. It's just so it's gonna end so late in the night, and I gotta get my beauty.
Yeah, but your beauty sleep.
I'm
You
up
don't
so
want to
early
like
in the
you.
morning. I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
but don't you want to like get out of that theater and start dancing away to the car and dancing to your house and dance to your bed and then you knock out?
Maybe. But it's a drive to Hollywood, during rush hour.
Or Subway
I don't
because
know.
it stops right in front of the Chinese
Yeah,
theater.
it just feels Subway feels so gross right now.
Look, I'm the same way as you, but honestly, my advice: don't touch the railings. Just
Oh,
put your hands in your
yeah.
pocket, pretend that you're riding a skateboard, and you'll go. And that's the way
That'll
you'll
be tough.
survive from not
That'll be
touching
tough
it.
during rush hour. I used to ride the subway.
Oh my
All right.
god.
So let's
Go
get
ahead.
to some of these categories. They started the show off with the first one, Del Toro's win for Pinocchio, which it was the expected winner.
Which was a like why bother nominating any of those other anime? They should just call it the best Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio animated feature and just give it to
Yeah,
him. Like the nominees are, you know what? We know Pinocchio's gonna win. So Guillermo, just come up. Just here's your fucking award.
pretty much.
Because
Yes.
yeah, because that film is like he has a whole public storage like unit of just awards he won for fucking Pinocchio.
Yes. Oh my gosh, so many. What an incredible film. Um, all right. There's that. What else do we have? Uh, no surprise, international film, All Quiet on the Western Front, who was also nominated for Best Picture and a ton of other awards, and actually won quite a few.
Actually, I was very surprised by that.
Yeah.
Very surprised that it got cinematography, it got I think production design, it got
Yes, production
what else?
design. Let me hold on. I had it here. Let's hold on. Let's pull this up. Yeah, production
I think I
design.
said cinematography.
I yeah, I chose Elvis for that, and I was way off on that. And I had a feeling All Quiet would take it. Let me find what were the other ones. They had an cinematography, right? Original score. Um,
Yeah, that's the other thing. I was shocked.
yeah. Yeah, not my pick. My pick was Babylon.
That's fine. I just started. I don't think I've talked to you about it, but I just started watching Babylon on Paramount Plus.
Ooh, it's on there.
Yeah, it's on Paramount Plus.
Uh-huh.
But man, that movie's full of debauchery. But you know what? The first I haven't finished it yet, but I watched the first hour, and you know what? It's kind of enjoying it. I'm not one of the haters.
Yeah, yeah. I heard it's good from mostly everyone that I've talked to. um,
Okay.
Best documentary feature went to Navalny. I chose Fire
No,
of
no
Love.
clue.
Yeah, that's
Same
on
here because that's
HBO.
Fire of Love. It's on Disney Plus as well.
Oh no, I meant Navalny's on HBO.
What's it about again?
I have no idea. Something about the Ukraine, I think. A,
Oh,
s-
okay.
a Russian opposition leader, Alexei Navalny.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea what that's about. But
Well, that
I
sounds like a feel good documentary.
yeah. And I mean, these are some of the, let's see, not too we mentioned that
The
visual
Daniels one
effects.
fucking huge.
Oh my gosh, yeah, let's talk about that. Like the biggest winner of the night, obviously.
Like
Uh
their second fucking movie.
Yeah.
swept up the main, pretty much almost all the main awards. That's just shocking to me.
Yeah.
And the it also won best editing as well, which actually makes a lot of sense because that film, like I wanted Elvis. I think I put Elvis as the as for my pick, but yeah, I was way off. But man, yeah, that if you saw, because the editor Paul Rogers did like a Adobe Premiere like seminar at the Adobe facility, and he showed his editing timeline for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, that looks so fucking complicated.
Yeah. No,
Like, yeah,
definitely. Yeah, that was my pick. I actually got that one right. But I was
mm.
pretty torn between that, Elvis, and Top Gun. I really didn't know which one to pick, and I'm like, I'm gonna go with the film that I've been talking about all year long. Well, you mentioned, yeah, it also won original screenplay, and then adapted screenplay went to Sarah Polley's film Women Talking.
Women talking.
Yeah, which is streaming now on Prime. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm gonna watch that next
I
because I am really curious about that.
I mean, look, with all due respect, look, I'm a nice guy, but I had no interest in it. It just seems too depressing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this is coming from the guy who sat and watched The Whale, but I actually built myself to actually watch The Whale. You know, women talking there. It just seems like a downer. The poster looked like a downer. The trailer looks like a downer. Every image of that film looks like a downer. I'm out. I've already had
I'm
my fill of
in.
downers.
I'm in.
I've already had my fill of downers. I've seen fucking Blonde. I've seen The Whale. I've seen Skin of a Rink. I can't go and just waste more time.
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
watch good movies,
Uh
entertaining films, more
yeah,
like it.
yeah, of course, yeah. All right, so let's go
But
to hold on.
well,
I don't
speaking
even
of The Whale, really quick, Brendan Fraser. I
yeah,
mean,
he won his
he he
Oscar.
he won his Oscar, well deserved because he was the best thing. Honestly, the two best things about The Whale is Brendan Fraser and the prosthetics,
Yeah,
which
which he
also won
won.
Best Makeup. Yeah,
Two wins for the
it-
film.
yeah, it was great. His performance was amazing. I felt for the guy. Fuck everybody else in that film, not actor wise, but the characters I'm talking about.
A category that I think that could have been a toss up. Best
Uh-huh.
sound, really,
Oh yeah, that was a hard one. That was a
yeah.
super hard
But
one.
I went Top Gun, which won, but really, man, All Quiet, Elvis, the Batman. I didn't see Avatar. It's the only one I didn't see. Any of those could have won. They all had their sound was excellent, and it was hard to choose, but I had to go with Top Gun because that's one thing I remember really distinctively about that film. And that went with that. Did we mention production design, All Quiet on the Western Front? I think we did.
I vaguely said it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then design was actually very surprised
You were
about.
surprised? I was not surprised.
Really, yeah. But I mean, I also haven't seen the movie.
I haven't seen it either, but
Yeah.
knowing the elaborate costumes that were in the first Black Panther, which also won
Yes,
uh
also one.
costume design last time. So I thought it's gonna win again because that's probably the most elaborate, of all the films that were nominated for costume. That was the most elaborate one. I mean, Everything Everywhere All at Once was a little, well, that could have, yeah, that could have won too as
My
well.
pick
I
was
was kind of,
Elvis.
yeah, my pick was Elvis as well because that was incredible. But I was talking to someone about Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, and they're like, that was a movie. I'm like, it is now.
Yeah, I saw
But
that movie.
you saw it?
Yeah,
How was it?
it came out over the summer. I saw it in theaters. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's nothing special.
Well,
It was an okay movie.
never would have guessed. Never would have guessed you watching Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris.
Yeah, I mean, I had nothing to do, and I was just like trying to watch everything they had at the theater, and I hadn't watched it yet. Still playing, so I just watched it.
there's so many other films. There are actually a lot of great movies last year. I was talking to someone else recently, and we're kind of like we kind of agreed. Like last year had a lot of bangers.
Yeah,
Like 2022 had a lot of damn good movies.
a lot.
Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris was not in my radar of 2022 movies.
Yeah, it's not bad, you know.
It
It's
sounds like an
fine.
SNL sketch.
Yeah, it's a very British movie. It's like the demographic for that is like old people. Like
I guess, yeah.
old ladies. Which was mostly who was there at that theater screening. Uh
You're the only young you're the only young strapping young man at the
pretty
Mrs.
much.
Harris Goes
Yeah,
to Paris.
pretty much. And
That was like
I
me at the that was like me going to Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, because I felt like I was the only young dude there and everybody
yeah.
else was like an older white woman. But yeah,
Right,
go
yeah.
ahead. Sorry.
All right, so Black Panther won for costume design, original score, yeah, All Quiet on the Western Front. Then, you know, the shorts, not too familiar with those. Original
Me neither.
screenplay, Everything Everywhere. Hold on, let's see. Adapted, we got that. We documentary support. Oh yeah, supporting actor. And okay, so supporting actor went to the actor we expected to win, Ki Hu Kwan. Won his Oscar for this film, which was amazing. And then Daniels won
Mhm.
for directing, and then also Jamie Lee Curtis
This-
winning for supporting actress was a little bit of a surprise for me. She had won the SAG,
mhm.
and that felt sort of like a one-off. And I thought that Angela Bassett would continue the role that she had been on in the award season of
Mhm.
and win at the Oscars. So I was very surprised by this win.
Honestly, somebody else I talked to, and they said they're kind of hoping Stephanie Hugh would win because I feel like she definitely did more than Jamie Lee Curtis as the in that film.
Yeah, I agree actually. A lot more. Yeah, but also to me, Carrie Condon was really good in the Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Honestly, I was really hoping for Colin Farrell to win Best Actor because that was a fucking good performance.
yeah, yeah,
But Fraser deserved it, I think, because that's a hard fucking, you know, that's a hard performance right there.
yeah. And then Michelle Yeoh beat out Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
Did you
I
see
mean, and
Tar?
yes, yeah, I saw Tar. I
Oh,
liked
okay.
it. It was very interesting. It's a very interesting film.
Yeah.
I didn't see To Leslie, which I didn't find out until recently. And then obviously we all saw Fablemans. So, and I thought
Mhm.
Michelle Williams was great. And I was talking to somebody recently about the Anna de Armas's performance, and they kind of told me like, yeah, Blonde is a piece of shit. So I feel like it's the Academy giving her the pity nomination for all the bullshit she had to go through with that film. So I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I feel like definitely she got the pity nomination. I mean, what
Or
do you think? Did you?
I haven't seen Blonde, so I don't I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
yeah.
that's good. You don't have to. We've already talked about it many times. Well, I've talked
I,
about it many times on the
I actually
podcast.
do want to see it though. I'm very curious.
Man,
Like
I cannot wait to hear
I
your thoughts.
I started the movie like I've only seen like half an hour, and I was very intrigued so far with the
Hmm.
first 30 minutes, especially
Yeah, I'm
the film's direction. I was really digging it. Once I
again,
finish it, because it's pretty long, I'll let you know. Uh,
you just gotta kids, just to remember, Andrew Dominic is the wish David Lynch. Like this movie is a surreal piece of shit. Like he wishes he was fucking David Lynch making a surreal like biopic like this. Sorry, go ahead. I'm still
uh,
angry with that film.
And then lastly, I mean, it won Best Picture. Everything Everywhere All at Once took the big one. Took it. Oh my God, so many, 7 Academy Awards.
And
Uh,
how much did it get nominated for? 12?
11, I believe.
Okay.
Um, but wow, what a night for Daniels and everyone involved.
And Asian actors in general. Like,
Yeah,
damn.
I know. Yeah, multiple wins. Yeah, and yeah, that was great. And yeah, overall, it's a pretty good show, I think. I mean, a lot of the predicted winners early on came out on top here at the big one too. And I don't know, like I want to rewatch that movie again. I haven't watched it since the last time that I watched it. I think when I watched it with everyone, with the kids and everything.
Which one?
Everything
Which
everywhere
one
all at
again?
once. Everything everywhere all.
Okay.
Yeah. Um.
Just slowly. You can say it slowly. You don't have to, it's not a race.
Oh man.
um I haven't seen
EEAAO.
them. Oh no, that's even more complicated.
Yeah. You have to think about it too
No,
much.
but exactly. But honestly, like the last time I saw it was when it came out in theaters. And like I said, I remember liking it and not loving it
Mm.
because I saw it after the hype train or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
during the hype train. So I want to watch it now after all its wins. All the award seasons are now dying down. It's on Showtime, so I definitely want to give it another chance, especially knowing. I mean, come on, how can I not like a film with fucking Michelle Yeoh in it?
Yeah.
Because I just started watching the Michelle Yeoh stuff on Criterion Channel
Oh
that they
yeah.
have.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I started watching Yes Madam, and my God, that film is fucking awesome,
Yeah, I've never seen that one.
and
I
it's a
want I
great
want
transfer too.
yeah, I want to check that whole series they have on there.
Yeah, I want to kind of go in order. So after Yes Madam, I forgot what the next one is, but I definitely want to just go from that all the way to I think the Stunt Woman, I think is the last one, or the Executioner, I forgot. But either way, like, I definitely want to do those 8 films before the month ends.
All right. Any other thoughts on on the Oscars you want to share before we sign off?
A couple things with the. I thought Kimmel was good,
Yeah, yeah, I think he's a good choice, like kind of like sort of edgy, but not too much. He knows the line, he knows not to cross it too far. It's a pretty safe choice.
but there's only 2 jokes I felt like, really was the Robert
Which
Blake
ones?
joke. The Robert Blake joke about the in memoriam,
Oh, I thought that
like
was funny.
it was kind of a low blow, but I could see the funniness of it. But yeah, but part of me was like, oh really?
Yeah. And what
But
was the
okay.
other one?
The other one was when he did the audience questions and they went to what's her name,
Uh,
Malana,
Malala? Malala?
Malala, yeah, Malala,
Yeah.
and they asked her about the
Oh yeah.
did Harry Styles spit in Christmas? Like she, you can tell by her face. It's just like, do I really have to answer that question?
It was yeah, it
Like,
was
do I
so
really?
yeah, it was so
It was
dumb.
very awkward.
Yeah, that was
It was a very awkward and dumb. Like the Farrell joke was funny because at least he can go along with it. But having her, like, you really think she was gonna play along with that bit?
yeah, she's
No,
not an entertainer,
she's an activist,
Yeah, like
not
Colin
an
Farrell
entertainer.
can like, act on his feet, Jessica Chastain, they can come, that's what they do. But yeah,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
moment was very cringe. I was like, come on, Kimmel, leave her
Um,
alone, walk away. Stop with the fucking joke. Yeah.
but I think those are the only 2 things that I had a qualm about. But of course, the in memoriam was actually okay, better this time around for once because they didn't like eye on the entertainers performing the in memoriam, so they
Oh
actually
yeah.
showed the people who passed away.
Just in the
The
break, they had like an intermission break, sort of.
And then the final thing that I want to talk about is, like, come on, Disney, stop fucking doing commercials in like at the Oscars. Like that was
Holy
the that was
shit, yeah.
that was the worst thing about last year, that Disney just kept on doing bullshit after bullshit. But this time they only did it once, and it was for the trailer premiere for The Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Which I'm just like, oh, come on, guys, come
You,
on.
for a while, like the studios weren't allowed to like advertise any movies on the Oscars. I guess that
Yeah,
changed because I thought that
it's
was the
no.
rule.
Well, the rule should have been like, because I remember them. Usually, if you want to premiere a trailer, it has to be, as a commercial, like during the break, not on the fucking show.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what Disney has been doing last year specifically, and they did it with the Little Mermaid
Wait,
this tonight.
what did they do last year? I don't remember.
Well, there's a lot of just Disney affiliated stuff like Encanto, and just a lot of like Disney. There's a Disney princess thing, and I forgot what other stuff that they were doing, but there was a lot of Disney oriented stuff around the show. Or and then also this that fucking the crowd pleasing moments, or the that oh, what does BTS have to say about the Oscars? BTS, really? That Korean pop band or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? There's no point in that shit.
Not at
Like,
all.
but this Oscar telecast made it feel like, okay, they weren't pandering to getting an audience this year like they have been for many years, especially last year.
Oh
So
yeah.
I think
Last year was a
so
disaster.
yeah, and I feel like this year was a way more fucking tame. They brought back the a lot of the awards that were taken out last year, which, everyone deserves a chance to get on stage. What I also still don't like is they cut off people, especially if the one of the winners talks way too fucking long, and then you see another person that wants to speak up and they cut him off quick. I'm like, really, guys? Come on. Like, let the fucking people speak.
Yeah, that happened way too much.
Mm-hmm.
Way too much during the show. And yeah, they're so vicious when it comes to the music. Like once it starts, it doesn't stop.
Yeah, they don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just really sucks. I don't like that. I never did.
Yeah, yeah,
But
it's a bummer. I wish they would like fix it. I don't know. I like the show's long enough already, but like, what would you cut from the show, at this point?
mhm.
Like what could you cut to make it shorter? I mean, ideally, you would want to cut commercials, but that's how they make their money. They're not gonna cut that.
Mhm.
I don't know. Like this show didn't have a lot of fluff. It kind of got to the point.
Yeah,
Where some past shows do have a lot of fluff. And if you think about
mhm.
this show went what, like maybe 20, 30 minutes over the 3 hour mark. Uh and sometimes they do that, or like three hours to three and a half, 3:15 on shows when they were not even including all the categories. Like, what are they filling all this time with?
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, it's a good show. I didn't mind it too much, and my favorite movie of the year won big, so I was very glad for that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
So yeah, that's the show. What's going on with you? Anything in the works? What is up in Johnny's world?
what is up in Johnny's world? Thank you. Yeah, I'm actually in the early stages of I just came back from a meeting earlier today before the Oscars for a something. It's kind of a top secret somewhat. It's something that's pretty ambitious. I think you already know about it. I've talked about it before, but I won't say on the podcast. But it's something ambitious, something that it's probably one of the biggest challenges in my life that I'm thinking about doing. I'm directing a certain genre that I never thought I would actually direct. I'm also in the process in doing it my first kind of dramatic short film. It's my
Mhm.
first short film I've done in a year, so
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm prepping up for that pretty soon. I have a title. It's going to be written by my frequent collaborator Leticia Perez. It's called The Silver Owl,
Mhm.
and it's a very hard, like, short drama that's kind of based on a part of her life. So
Yeah. Oh
that's
man.
all I can say. But it's pretty deep. It's pretty deep. So I'm really looking forward to again challenging on something I never thought I would direct. Something serious. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, I think that's basically. And then I'm just looking for more, collabs and other shit to do while I'm prepping other shit. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, that sounds great, man. That's good to hear that you're continuing to create, man. That's can't wait to see what you bring, and that's exciting, man. Working with something you haven't done before, and trying something new and challenging yourself. That's that's awesome. All right, so
Thank you.
yeah, for the show, go ahead and give us a follow on Instagram at Dial Podcast. That's where you'll find the latest for the show. That's really the only place. We have a Twitter, same thing at Dialect Podcast, but that one doesn't get as much love. So I don't use it quite as much. All right. And as always, thank you so much for listening. We'll continue our A through C series, and Johnny will be back soon ish for Videodrome.
So, so really, I will for video drone. Thank you.
Yeah. Don't you remember?
I forgot.
Yeah. But yeah, I have you on for
But thank
Videodrome. Yeah, we got to talk about that
well
soon.
well thank well thank you for reminding me.